like when you were playing, when you were young and so on, what were your goals in terms of chess and like what did you want to become and so on?
Oh yeah, I was very clear about becoming a world champion. When I was young. I had no doubts. I was yeah, very clear. But there was a phase when I really stagnated. I think that's when I started getting some self doubts. But when I started, yeah, I was super clear that I wanted to go all the way to the top. There was no questions. And so there was a time when I think this was around 12 or 13 years old. I don't remember exactly, but I was top in the country in regarding to the juniors and everything, and I mean, like with other youngsters, of course. And but I stagnated. It took me almost 3 4 years to get past this 2200. I was stuck in the 2200 rating for a long time. So when that happened, I think that's when my first doubt started creeping in, and I also have to say that my discipline started going away. So during that time, I was not working hard enough. I was not focused enough. I was doing chess, but the 7 8 hours. So like my during my 10th grade, I would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to be able to do chess in the evening, right?
Okay.
And I wish I had that kind of discipline during that time, and I don't know where I would have been. It's always a question of could be could have been, right? But I think the problem was anything. All of this kind of bundles together. I was not as disciplined. I was not working hard enough. My results were not showing up, and then this became a big cyclic thing. So it took me like 3 4 years, and then after like 3 or 4 years, I quickly shot up. Though I immediately from 2200 became an IM, and I mean those days it was much more difficult. Today with the rating coefficient and everything, it's more normal actually. But when we were playing at that level, shooting up like 200 points was like huge. So within a year or so, going up 200 points was good. That brought me back, and then I quickly also became a GM. But by then, I shifted my goals realistically. At that time, I came to University of Texas at Dallas to do my masters, a bachelor's and masters. So I kind of reshifted my focus. I said, okay, chess is going to be in my life. I'm going to be playing tournaments. I'm going to enjoy it, but I am not going to probably be a world champion.
And also, since you are talking about stagnation, do you think, like, let's say if a person gets stagnated, let's say at a rating, at a certain rating, do you think he can become a grandmaster or even a world champion for that matter? Or do you think that is it for him, like after he gets stagnated?
No, 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 no. Yeah, of course, I think they can improve. So, like I said, I'm generally an optimist. For example, even today, right? I don't think that I should not ever think that I cannot become a world champion. I think that is just mentally blocking myself, right? So, for example, if I get up today and say I want to be a world champion, well, the only realistic gap is can I put in the hours, right? Can I study hard enough to even get close enough, right? Now, will I actually become a world champion? I don't know that. But the first thing I do know is it requires a certain amount of dedication and work, and I need to put that in. And this reason I decide not to do those things is because I don't have that much time or commitment, or even, I mean, those things are also escaping kind of statements. I also have to say I'm also scared. Yeah. Will I be that disciplined? Will I be able to sacrifice everything and study so hard? Do I have all the things that is required to become a world champion? This is just all natural questions and fear, right? So, yeah, I don't think that there is ever a point where you can say that you it's just not possible. I think that's usually not my way of thinking. If you're stagnated in a certain point, you could definitely move up. But that's actually the most difficult part, though. Like I said, I think in my personal experience and in my teaching experience, what I notice is if you are stuck between a certain rating and if you are stagnating there, it's a very vicious cycle. And that's very tough to come out of it. It's like a chicken egg problem because to get out of it, you need some confidence. But you will never get confidence if you're in that. So the only way to get out of some bad cycle is pure hard work and dedication. You have to keep doing that work and relentlessly keep working on it and without giving up. So that's the most difficult part. It's always easier said than done, but that's the only way to really get out of it. The pure hard work.